What's good, Top Shotters? It's your boy, Top Shotter Baba here, back with another analysis video. And recently, I've been getting a lot of questions about the new Mike Conley challenge. So in this video, I'm going to provide you with my analysis on this and whether or not I think that this is a good challenge to invest in right now. Let's get it.
So, for those of you that don't know what this challenge is, this is the Welcome to the All-Star Family Challenge. It's the new challenge, and the reward is Mike Conley, his Seeing Star moment. And the reason they have this challenge is because Mike Conley was named as an injury replacement for Devin Booker. So, he was a late add to the All-Star roster, and as a result, his moment wasn't included in the original Seeing Stars pack releases. So this is a way for them to add him into the collection without having to release special packs for him. And so the five moments needed to complete the challenge are Victor Oladipo, Bam Adebayo, Karl Anthony Towns, DeMar DeRozan, and Pascal Siakam. And right off the bat, you could see that these are all from the new Series 2 common sets. So they're all 35,000 CC. And that means that this challenge should be fairly accessible to people because we should expect that these prices shouldn't get too high. And so now let's look at some of the data related to this challenge. So in order to kind of estimate the price and to get a baseline comparison for this, I took the 15K LE price and compared that to the 35,000 CC price. And as you can see, this price for these five moments is a lot higher than the 15,000, even though there's more than double the total population for them. So for, as you can see, Bam is about 2.2 times as high, DeMar's 2.9 times as expensive, and then Siakam is the highest at 3.3. And then I couldn't run this type of comparison for Oladipo and Towns because they didn't have 15K LE moments. And so as you can see, that's a pretty huge premium baked into the price of these just based on the utility for this challenge. And the total cost to complete this challenge right now is about $350, which isn't too bad for a challenge, but it's also not a very in-demand challenge. And we're not exactly sure how much the Mike Conley reward is gonna cost after it's released and minted. So I took those prices and I wanted to see how much of a difference that is in comparison to some of the other moments that don't have their prices inflated by the utility of a challenge. So I took these five players, Hero, Conley, Embiid, Collins, and Curry. They all have 15K and 35K moments. And so as you can see, the price for these 35,000 CC moments are significantly lower and they're 15K. The lowest being, or the biggest difference being for Joel Embiid, it's about a 68% decrease, and the least being Mike Conley, dropping from 15 to $8 for a 47% decline. And so, as you can see, just based off that, um, this is causing these prices to be very high compared to what they would be going for if there was no challenge. And so, just based on that, that's kind of the price that we could expect these moments, these challenge moments, to fall down to as soon as the challenge ends and people start dumping them because there's no more use in holding these moments. So, if we see that happen, we could see this price is, so if you were to pay 73, you could sell it for maybe something closer to in the 20, 25 range, something like that. Or actually less than that because Embiid is going for 20. So we would say Bam Adebayo is probably going for maybe 15, 10 to 15 in that range, which is about, it could be $50, $60 lower than what you purchased Bam at for this challenge. And so just based off that, um, if we were to go by these five players, the total cost to buy all five of those moments is $106. And that is about $250 lower than the total cost to complete this challenge. So based on that, if you were to buy all these moments up at market price, you would want to be able to sell that Mike Conley reward for upwards of about of 250, just because that's about the break even point. And so if you expect the Mike Conley reward to be above 250, then I think it's a good investment, especially if you can get some of these in a pack or something. However, my prediction is that Mike Conley probably won't be above 250. And the reason I think that is because one, this is a super accessible challenge, and two, Mike Conley just isn't a super in-demand player, and three, these moments will continue to get minted, and I think that will continue to cause this price to decline. And so I also took the lowest ask for the average for all of the 15K and all of the 35K. And so on average, the 35K is about 23 per moment, and the 15K is about 48. So even if you use this average for the baseline, it comes out to about 115, which is in the same range as this. And so you would still want to be able to sell the Mike Conley for upwards of 250 in order to get a little bit of return. But that is going based off of the current price right now. And what I think is going to happen is that these prices are going to decline significantly. And the reason I think that is because a lot of them haven't been released in circulation. So let's look at Evaluate Market now. This is one of my favorite websites for data. They just have so much stuff. If you don't use this yet, I definitely recommend doing it. And if you're new, you can actually get there directly from the Top Shot website now, which is super dope. So for example, if I want to look at the information for BAM, I just click here and click continue. And now I am on the Evaluate Market page for BAM. And so, yeah, let's look at why I think these prices will drop now. So starting off with BAM, it's a 35,000 circulating count. But if you look down here at the actual stats of where these moments are, you can see that only 26% are owned, and 18,500 about are still not are minted, but not even in packs yet. And then there's also about 7,500 that are in packs. And so right now, only about 9,000 people are owning this moment. But we still have about, I think, 14 days, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, 14 days before this Mike Conley challenge ends. So in that time span, I expect a lot more pack drops. And when that happens, we're going to see this number significantly increase. And if it were to hit somewhere, even if it were to hit maybe 50% owned or 60% owned, I mean, that would cause this number to double. That's 18,000 people potentially around that. And that just increases the amount of people that can complete this challenge by a lot, because a lot of people, especially right after the pack drops, will be trying to flip these and make their money. And that's going to drive the cost to complete this challenge down significantly and allow a lot of people to enter and start to complete this challenge, which in turn is going to reduce the price of the Mike Conley challenge reward. Because, I mean, say say half say half of these get released. So that adds another 9,000 to here. So we have 18,000 now owned by people. And normally, just based on historical trends, we've seen a lot of challenges completed at about a 70% rate. And if 70% of these, of that 18,000 completed the challenge, this would be the most completed challenge ever. And we would have upwards of 10,000 Mike Conley moments minted, placing it uh, above all the other Seeing Stars moments in terms of rarity, because, or below all the other ones in terms of rarity, because those are all minted at 10,000. And right now, the lowest ask for some of those moments are below 200. So that means that this Mike Conley will also probably be well below 200 if that many people complete this challenge, because Like I said earlier, Mike Conley just isn't a super in demand player, and it's just also not going to be that scarce. So, in summary, I don't think the Mike Conley challenge is a very good investment right now, mainly because these 5 moments needed to complete the set should see a significant decline in price as more packs are released and thousands of these moments enter the marketplace. And when these moments enter the marketplace and the price declines, it'll make this challenge a lot more accessible to a lot of users. And when that happens, we're going to see a ton of Mike Conley seeing stars moments being minted, possibly upwards of 10,000, depending on how many packs are released between now and the end of the challenge. But I could definitely see over 10,000 people completing this, especially based on the prior completion rate of 70% we've seen for many of the other challenges. And so, yeah, as the prices fall, maybe that could be a good point to enter, depending on how low these prices down here get. But until then, I would wait to invest in this and maybe put your investment somewhere else, as I don't believe Mike Conley will have a very good return on investment. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm happy to always discuss and would love to have someone prove me wrong and change my mind. But until then, please like, subscribe, and comment on this video. It helps with the algorithms, and I'll definitely try to put out some more analysis soon. So, peace.